All right, today we're going to dive into a topic that's, well, it's fundamental to who we are, ethics. And no, this isn't just for philosophers in ivory towers. This is a practical guide for all of us, for making better decisions and, honestly, living a more fulfilling life. Let's get into it.
You ever been in a spot like this? I mean, a situation where you have a really tough decision to make and neither option feels quite right? It's that classic feeling of being caught, with no obvious way out. We've all been there.
And look, that's totally normal. Life is just full of gray areas, right? It's messy and complicated. So the goal isn't always about knowing the right answer instantly, but about knowing how to figure it out.
And that is exactly where ethics comes in. But don't think of it as some dusty old rule book. Think of it more like a practical toolkit. It's a set of instruments we can use to take a situation apart, weigh our options, and build a much better outcome.
Okay, so let's crack open this toolkit, shall we? First up, we've got an instrument that's all about you, your own personal moral compass.
You see, at its very core, ethics starts with you. It's that inner voice, that gut feeling, that sense of right and wrong that guides your everyday decisions and, over time, really shapes your character.
And this internal guide, it actually has a name. It's your moral framework. This is basically your personal set of core values, things like honesty, compassion, fairness, or justice, that you lean on when the stakes are high and the way forward is foggy.
So, what's the point of all this? Well, ultimately, your personal moral framework is all about helping you live a life that feels authentic and true to your deepest values, a life that feels genuinely good to you.
But of course, none of us live on an island, right? So let's grab the next tool from our kit and see how ethics expands from just the personal to the social, helping us build a fairer world for everyone. Every choice we make creates these ripples that affect our families, our friends, our communities, our whole society. Ethics gives us the principles to make sure those ripples are positive ones.
And this slide, I think, shows it perfectly. Just look at the difference here. Without a solid framework, it's so easy for our actions to be driven by hidden biases or just plain wrong ideas. But with ethics, we have a standard to hold ourselves to, one that pushes us toward fairness and what's good for everyone.
And here's how it actually works in practice. A truly ethical approach forces us. It demands that we question our own assumptions, that we challenge our own biases, and that we actively work against prejudice. It's an incredibly powerful force for creating a more just and equitable society for all of us.
Okay, so we've got our personal compass and our social blueprint. But where are we going with all this? What's the ultimate destination on this ethical journey?
I mean, is it just about making good choices day to day? Or is there something bigger at play here? A grander purpose to it all?
Well, to really get this, we can look back to ancient philosophy. And they had this incredible phrase for it, Summum Bonum.
So what is the Summum Bonum? Think of it as the absolute peak of human potential. It's not just about feeling good for a moment. It's a deep, lasting state of well-being and fulfillment. It is, for all intents and purposes, the highest form of happiness we can possibly achieve. So here's the kicker. Living an ethical life isn't about sacrifice or giving things up. It's actually the most direct path to that highest good, to a life of real, deep, and lasting fulfillment.
All right, let's pull all these threads together now and look at the whole picture, this practical moral framework we've been building.
So when you think about your ethical toolkit, it really does three main things for you. First, it guides you personally. Second, it helps you build a fairer world around you. And third, it keeps your eyes on the ultimate prize, that life of profound well-being.
And you can break that down even further into these four key pillars. Ethics guides us both as individuals and as a society. It gives us that moral framework for tough decisions. It helps us see past our own biases and prejudices. And ultimately, it leads us to that summum bonum, the highest good.
So just remember, this isn't some rigid, static checklist. It's not about that at all. Your ethical toolkit is something you carry with you, something you use every single day. It's a living, dynamic guide for navigating the beautiful mess of life and building something truly meaningful.
And so I'll leave you with this to think about. The next time you find yourself stuck between that rock and a hard place, which value, which principle from your own personal toolkit are you going to use to light the way forward?